Ready to go.
Good afternoon. The Board of Adjustment is now in session. My name is Anthony Robinson, and I will be chairing today's meeting. Attending today's virtual meeting are board members Mona Parsley, Ann Grice, Mel DeSimone, and Jim Dallas. Also in attendance for the city is Mary Hart Burton, zoning administrator for the city, Andy Powers, the zoning plan reviewer for the city, who will represent the city in the cases we are hearing today, Trey McCarter, Community Development Planner, Andrea Gutierrez, Lead Zoning Specialist. Our court reporter for the board is Mia Wood. Our attorney for the board is Mia Wood, and our court reporter is Laura Stewart. Today we will be hearing 5 cases. First, we will hear from the city's representative, who will explain why the permit could not be issued. Next, we will hear from the petitioner or their representative. Please be prepared to explain your hardship and answer any inquiries from the board. Then we will hear from those in favor of the appeal and then from those opposed. Please be concise, as testimony will be limited to 3 minutes per person. When you come online via video or telephone, please wait to be sworn in by the court reporter. Then please state your name and mailing address. To ensure proper records for our court reporter, we ask that those online or by telephone to please remain on mute. Following testimony on all of today's cases, the board will go into its deliberative portion of the hearing, at which time we will vote on all cases heard. The board will not, the board will notify each applicant or their representative of its decision by mail in about 2 weeks. You're welcome to remain during our deliberations. However, we will not hear additional testimony at that time. You may also call the lead zoning specialist, Drea, tomorrow at 314-622-3666 to learn the outcome of your appeal. Again, that number is 314-622-3666. Drea, will you please read appeal number 12022?
Appeal number 12022, 2711 Lafayette Avenue, 2707 Lafayette Avenue, and 2701 Lafayette Avenue.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Good afternoon, board members. My name is Andy Powers, zoning plan examiner for the city of St. Louis, representing the building commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to operate a spa/wellness center with massage services, cafe, and a parking lot in Zone C, multifamily residential district. It's located at 2701, 2707, and 2711 Lafayette Avenue. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. Great, can I see the file, please? I have to copy the apologize. Make a copy of the denial. The basis of denial for the applicants AB 5109, 5107, and 5111, appeal of Lafayette Hot House, care of Bruce Gary, to the Board of Adjustment concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue a building permit authorizing the petitioner to make interior and exterior alterations for a spa, zoning only, at the following addresses: 2711 Lafayette Ave, 2707 Lafayette Ave, and 2701 Lafayette Ave, located in City Block 2133.00. Present zoning for this address is C, Multiple Family Dwelling District. The applicable code sections are Section 26.28.020. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. The proposed use of the space is a spa, which is considered a general commercial activity. It is neither a permitted nor a conditional use in the C district to the permit's approval. In summary, they are applying for building permits for exterior and interior modifications to the mentioned addresses to convert the building into a spa and wellness center. The plan also includes a deli and cafe. Neither a spa or a cafe are permitted or conditional uses within the C district. Therefore, two use variances in total are required. The entire project spans 3 parcels. There is a parking lot that is planned for the project. It's located at 2701 Lafayette Ave and contains 17 standard spaces and 1 ADA compliant space. Due to the proposed use not being permitted in the district, the exact parking requirement is not provided in the code. However, the zoning staff believes that the use is similar in that to a retail store, and thus it would have a similar parking requirement. The parking in the plan provided complies with the parking requirements for retail parking. Additionally, massage services are required to obtain a license from the Board of Public Service. This is separate from any zoning approval for a permit, so that has to be obtained separately. And then finally, there are some letters of support from the aldermen and additional ones from the applicant. Finally, the memorandum from the Planning and Urban Design Agency, who is tasked with assisting the Zoning Board of Adjustment in executing their duties outlined in Ordinance 71412. Planning staff has reviewed the appeal number 12002 against the Strategic Land Use Plan, the land use element of the Comprehensive Plan. There is no adopted neighborhood plan covering this location. The site is located within a high-intensity neighborhood in the 2025 Sloop. This designation describes areas where that may be very dense and parking could be discouraged to the front of the side of buildings. Granting of the variance would be in keeping with the designation's intent of supporting some types of commercial activities and uses, especially at corner locations, including mid-sized retail and offices. Planning staff finds the request of Appeal 12002 is in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Are there any questions from the board or the chairman?
Mona.
I'm a little confused. Are we zone C or are we zone B as in boy? It references C, but a little further down it references B.
Are you referring to the denial letter itself?
Yeah, Exhibit C says C, and then a little further down under A it says permitted in the B two-family dwelling district. I'm just confused by what it says there.
I believe all these are part zone C. Oh, yeah. So that's the code. That's the excerpt from the C use regulations, and then
Got it.
everything right at the top. It says everything in B. Yeah.
Okay. I understand. I just was like confused a little bit. Thank you
Right.
for explaining that to me, Andy.
No problem.
Every now and then.
Any other questions from the board? Okay, let's hear from the appellant. Ms. Crichton. Let's get you sworn in.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Sure. My name is Susanna Creighton. My mailing address is 3938 Merrimack Street. That's St. Louis, Missouri, 63116.
Proceed with your testimony.
Sure. So we are trying to acquire this beautiful building from Bruce and Laura and turn it into a spa, sort of community center with a lounge and a cafe and a garden. So there are kind of a lot of things happening. It's currently zoned C, as you said, multifamily residential, which it has never been. So we're not really sure even how that happened. And yeah, we wanna change it to something that can accommodate all the things we're trying to do. I think it'll be great to have in that area. It's right off the highway. There is ample street parking already. And then we did over accommodate for parking spaces as well. We've spoken to many of the neighbors around as well as the other business owners, and it seems like they're very willing to help accommodate any additional traffic in that area as well. So, yeah. And I'm happy to answer any questions anyone has.
Any board members have any questions? Yes, Jim.
Thank you, Ms. Creighton, for appearing before the board today. Could you give us a little bit about your background? Are you massage therapy, or have you ever done dining? And just give us a little more background about yourself and any partners.
Sure. So for this project, it's myself and two other partners, one being Saul, who's joining us on the call, and our other partner, Sarah, who's out of town right now. I have an extensive background in small businesses in St. Louis. I've worked for a Southwest Diner for over a decade. I've worked with Flowers and Weeds. I've worked with Wild Carrot. I've worked with Handlebar. So I've been in and out of the food service industry for 10 to 15 years, holding various positions and kind of really knowing the ins and outs of that industry. I'm also a massage therapist. I opened my practice. We have a studio in Maplewood in 2023, which I am hopefully going to move into this place once it is open. So I've had some experience with starting that small business, doing the processes with permits, etc. I've never had any employees, but I've managed employees at some other positions that I've had. And then I've also had a few years experience in commercial fishing, which has given me a lot of mechanical experience and troubleshooting to work on some of these pieces of equipment that we're using. And I think that's given me sort of a unique perspective for a lot of these things. And yeah, really excited to keep it moving.
Okay, thank you. That's very helpful.
Sure.
Mona.
What will your hours of operation be for the various entities that you're looking to open?
Sure. So we will only be all of the things that we have within the space, the cafe, the lounge, the gardens are only accessible through purchasing admission. So you couldn't just go get a coffee. You would have to be within the space to be getting the coffee. Our hours would change based on if it was a weekend or a weekday. Weekends, we are hoping to be open from about 10 to 5 or 10 to 6. Weekdays would be longer hours with a break in the middle, so 9 to 2 in the morning, 3 to 8 in the evening. So it's a slightly longer day. And then we also plan to have in the future, as we evolve, maybe some private rentals or different kinds of events. So in terms of hours for the zoning, we'd like to keep it in line with some other businesses like Sonier across the street, I think has a later time for theirs, just in the event that we start having these events. But as of right now, our operation wouldn't be later than 8 or 9 p.m.
What we like to know is sky's the limit,
Mhm.
because otherwise you're going to have to come back and change those operation hours, and you don't
Sure.
want to spend $200 and wait 90 days and do all that kind of stuff. So let's
Certainly
give
not.
it a song and dance right now so we can discuss it all a little later when we all meet and say yay or nay about that. So
Sure.
on these event nights,
Mhm.
how late would you like to be open?
Probably 11 or 12 would be the latest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you discuss this with the neighbors on the event nights?
Yeah, we've talked about it with folks who live nearby. There is an event space right across the street that has the same timing, so we just kind of based it on what she has
Mhm.
had, and it didn't sound like anyone has had any complaints. We're sort of close to one residential building, um, but besides
Okay.
that, we have almost a half block, I think, before we encounter another residence.
Okay. And you have plenty of room to put some dumpsters, commercial dumpsters out back and that
Yes,
kind of
yeah.
thing.
We're renovating the most eastern lot, was where the parking lot will be, and with that, we're making accommodations to make sure that all of our sanitation stuff can fit in a really nice way back there.
Excellent. And then I am very particular about trash receptacles out front for your patrons. And are we making some accommodations for that?
Sure. Yeah, I'm a plant person. This place will be full of plants, and I'm very excited to landscape the areas that we're going to have access to. So planters
Oh,
in the
goody.
front, beautifying, a little bit of trash can. I'm also interested in getting a post box nearby as well, so
Oh,
that we can have postcards that can come out of our facility, and then that'll just be another public service. So yeah, investing in that corner piece, and
mhm.
making it really beautiful is something that we're really interested in.
Okay. And I always like just to say this out loud to everybody. Any signage that posts on the building or inside the windows are required to have a permit. Okay. Now, maybe you're putting up a little flyer or something for the neighborhood or something like that. That's all right. But
Mhm.
any kind of banner or something like that that you're putting on the exterior, we require you to put, not we, don't, let me restate that. City requires you to get a permit for anything like that. And I just like to say that out loud to everyone so there's no confusion about that. And then Andy, do we have any special conditions that the board typically puts out there for little cafes and things of that nature?
Yeah, I can read those for you.
And then if, Susanna, any of these conditions that he's reading off, if any of these are going to obstruct what you want to do, please do let us know so we can discuss that because we don't want to hinder your business.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andy.
Okay, so we don't have any conditions for specifically cafes. We do have just like the miscellaneous general conditions. Um, there it is, the restaurant conditions. Okay.
Andy,
Yeah,
we
Mary.
also have conditions for massage therapy, which, as I look
Mhm.
at those conditions, most of them are probably applicable to a spa.
Okay. Yeah, I'll read those too.
Okay.
Um, yeah, we have conditions, standard conditions for a dine-in restaurant. I can read those out. Yeah. All right. So first, starting with a dine-in restaurant, hours of operation shall be limited per appellant testimony, and no persons shall be on the site, shall be on the premises after a certain time per the testimony. Number two, the petitioner must obtain the proper permits from the City of St. Louis Building Division for any proposed signage at this location. Three, the petitioner shall provide a commercial dumpster and establish a trash removal contract through a private source for regular pickups and maintain the entire premises in a clean and orderly appearance at all times. Four, the petitioner shall provide a record of the customers and shall be emptied on a daily basis or more if needed. If another container is needed due to the level of business, it shall also be provided. Five, the facility shall not have cord or rope type LED lighting surrounding or framing its windows or doors. Six, no liquor, alcohol, or non-intoxicating beer shall be sold on the premises at any time. Seven, no cooking, selling, or seating on the exterior of the building. Eight, petitioner must obtain a City of St. Louis business license proper to operation. Nine, The premises shall not be issued a public nuisance notice pursuant to Ordinance 68535 or its successor ordinances. And then 10 is a general provision for considering landscaping and screening requirements.
Susanna, is any of that going to interfere with you? Are you going to be serving liquor?
No, certainly not.
Oh, okay. Not even at events?
It is not my intention. I'd like to keep it an alcohol-free establishment for as long as possible, unless the people really start to demand it. So it would be at least many years before we reevaluate a liquor license.
Okay. Will you have any exterior seating on the front sidewalks?
On the front sidewalk, not in the plans right now, no.
Okay.
Yeah, everything else sounded like things that we've considered or won't be applicable.
Look at you. Okay. Fantastic. All right. I didn't have any additional questions. Thank you so much. And then, one other thing. So it said, no one on the premises after X hours. So what I thought was you said nothing after midnight. So with those conditions, that's going to be midnight, no one there. So do you need an hour to shut it down with employees?
I think that would be fine. I don't anticipate us scheduling events to go as late as midnight. I would more so schedule them till 11 and then have that extra hour so that employees could be gone by midnight.
Gotcha. All right. Just want to make sure we get it right.
Yeah, certainly. Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate that.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Jim.
Thanks, Anthony. Ms. Creighton, my ears perked up when you said you might have private rentals and event nights. Aren't there apartments like right behind the building or right behind the property?
They're behind. There's an alleyway, and then there is also a parking space, and then there is the multifamily residential building right there. If we were to have events, it wouldn't be for over a year at least. If we did, they would be once a week maximum, probably on a weekend night, and at the very latest go until 11, which I think is the noise ordinance for the city is 11 or 10. But they would not be loud. It would certainly not be anything like a wedding reception even, or anything with loud music, and they would be inside as well. It's not really something that we want to pursue. We've had a lot of people ask us to do private rentals. It would more so be the feeling in the space is pretty calm. So we wouldn't really be doing like dance parties or anything with really loud music. It would more so be like maybe an art event or a private rental for the evening or something like that.
Okay, well, to me, want to make sure that there's not parking. They don't go to the apartments and park on the apartments lot.
Sure, I believe their parking
Noise,
is
things
Enter
like
your
that.
meeting ID followed by pound.
Yeah, so just the event space, that just perked up my ears when I heard that. Seemed like it's different than the impression I got when I read the packet.
Sure. There's also a parking lot across the street at Saunier, which we have spoken a little bit with Jody about collaborating if we ever did have larger events or if we collaborated between the two of us. I think her parking is ample. I think she has a small lot with maybe 10 spots and then another lot with 20 or 30. So if we were to ever, and again, this is something that's not part of the plan right now. It's like Mona was saying, kind of planning for the future. If we were to have something like that, we could maybe coordinate with her and make sure that that's all accounted for so we don't block up the block too much.
Anthony, I see that Andy has his hand up.
Yes, I was waiting to see if you had all of your questions answered, Jim.
Yeah, I'm done. Thank you.
Yes, Andy.
Yeah, I also have the standard conditions for massage therapy.
Yes.
Okay. Number one, the petitioner shall provide a copy of their state of Missouri license. Number two, hours of operation are limited per testimony. 3, the petitioner shall provide a refuse container on the exterior of the premises for use by the customers and shall be emptied on a daily basis or more if needed. If another container is needed due to the level of busyness, it shall also be provided. 4, commercial dumpster and trash removal contract 5, the petitioner must apply for and receive a permit from the City of St. Louis Building Division before posting any signage, must be professionally prepared and approved by the Office of the Zoning Administrator before being installed. And 6, the petitioner must obtain and maintain a City of St. Louis business license prior to operation.
Great. Sounds like a lot of those are very similar to the last one. So they're definitely things that we've considered or addressed. And then I do have a current Missouri massage therapy license that I can provide to whomever at whatever time.
Okay.
Anthony,
No, you have a question?
your hours, you said on the weekend 10 to 5. Did you want to amend those to, is that Saturday and Sunday?
That's correct.
Is it still going to stay 10 to 5, or do you want to amend those in case you have an event later on?
I thought that we had addressed it earlier, but yeah, we're planning on trying to have our hours in the permit recorded as until midnight.
7 days a week then.
Yeah, just in case
Okay.
we were to be doing events or something like that, but our operating hours for the public would only be until 5 or 6.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions? Thank you, Ms. Creighton.
Certainly. Thank you.
Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? Ms. Schultz. Yes, let's get you sworn in.
Please make sure you're raising your right hand. There we go. There's your video. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Ms. Schultz, do you have something in the background playing?
Does that sound better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I just
so
wanted to say that I am in favor.
Before Ms. Schultz, before you can testify, I need to get your name and mailing address for the record.
Danielle Schultz. My mailing address is 2607 South King Highway Boulevard, 6313.
Okay, proceed.
I just wanted to jump on and say that I am in favor of this appeal. I travel quite a bit and see these day spas all over in other cities, and I think it would be a great addition to St. Louis. And that's it.
Okay. Any board members have any questions? Thank you, Ms. Schultz.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else here to testify in favor of this appeal? Okay. Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits, certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from Planning and Urban Design, a letter of support from Jody Cox, letter of support from Mark Kishirkin. Oh, wow, that's a tough one. And a letter of support from Alderwoman Alicia Sanye. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Drea, will you please read appeal number 20636?
Appeal number 20636, 2001 Park Avenue.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Good afternoon, board members. My name is Andy Powers, zoning planning examiner for the city of St. Louis, representing the building commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to make interior commercial renovation to an office space at 2001 Park Avenue. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the city of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis of denial of a building permit concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue a permit authorizing the appellant to build at 2001 Park Ave, St. Louis, Missouri 63104 in City Block 2279.03 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is B, two-family dwelling district. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to fix the reasonable standards to which buildings and structures shall conform. The applicable zoning code provisions are as follows. 26.16.010 uses prohibited. No structure or land shall be used for a use other than those permitted in the district in which such premises are located, unless such use is permitted by other provisions in the zoning code. 26.16.020 structures prohibited. No structure shall be erected, placed, enlarged, or structurally altered unless such action shall make the premises upon which it stands conform to the regulations for the zoning district in which the premises are located, unless authorized by other provisions of the zoning code. Evidence of lawful nonconformity is now being presented. In summary, the applicant is applying to build a building permit to convert a restaurant into an office space. Offices are not a permitted use in B district, therefore one use variance is required for consideration. Further, the Planning and Urban Design Agency has written a memorandum for this Board of Adjustment appeal in order to assist the Zoning Board of Adjustment in executing their duties as outlined in Ordinance 71412. Planning staff has reviewed the appeal number 20636 against the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan, the land use element of the comprehensive plan. There is no adopted neighborhood plan covering this location. The site is located within a medium intensity neighborhood in the 2025 SLOOP. These areas are predominantly residential, with some communities serving businesses and assets encouraged. Granting of this variance would be in keeping with this designation's intent of supporting a mix of uses, including small offices and neighborhoods serving businesses. A use like this is attached to a pre-existing storefront, explicitly supports the general goals of the SLOOP. Planning staff finds the request of Appeal 20636 is in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Chairman, are there any questions from the board?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, Mr. Holst.
All right, perfect. All right, so a couple things.
So Mr. Holst, you you need to be sworn in, and then we will get your name and mailing address for the record before providing
Sure.
testimony.
Sure.
Please raise your
Right
right
hand.
hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, now state your name and mailing address for the record.
Sure. Jared Holst, 2021 Rucker Street. So I live right behind this building. So kind of a convenient location. So little history of the building. It was built in 1860. It's on the Compton and Dry map of 1876. As part of the board record, I provided a history of the first floor on all the different spaces that have gone in there. So from 1880 to 1894, it operated as a drugstore. Then it became a grocery store. Then it was a funeral home. Then it was a candy store, a tavern. Going up to the 1980s, it was an art gallery. And then since the 1980s, it's been a restaurant all the way until last year when Mayo Ketchup moved out. We have spent over a year and a half trying to market this building and lease the downstairs or lease the first floor as a restaurant. And we were unable to lease out the entire space because they said it was too big. And so what we've done is and that's what those plans show, we've bifurcated the building where the front of the restaurant or the front of the building is going to be a restaurant, and we've signed a lease for that. But the back part of the building, they didn't want and they couldn't use, and we've been unable to lease that. And so what we decided to do was to take that back part of the building, which doesn't face Park Avenue, and put our real estate office in there. We'd be moving 10 to 14 or 12 to 14 employees, to that location. So then you get the city's earnings income tax. You'd also get more density and, people, going into that area. We reviewed this use with the Lafayette Square Association. They were all for it. They provided us with a letter of support for that. We also reviewed this with Alderman Antwi, and then she also supports what we want to do with the building. And so, we've worked really hard turning this building around. If you look on Google Earth from 2019, when we originally bought it, it was in terrible shape. We invested over $500,000 updating it. We tried to update it to how it looked in 1860 when it was built. So an example of that would be the copper gutters that we put on it. On the mansard, we could have put asphalt shingles on it. We spent 3 times as much to put, I forget the name of the shingles that we put on them, but they're slate shingles. We put slate shingles on it. So when you kind of do a before and after on it, you'll see a significant difference in how the business looks. We're also going to be spending 6 figures updating the first floor, both the front and the back, to make it look even nicer. And so we believe when you look at the history of the use of this building going back to the 1860s, it has had every kind of use in that building, like I said, from a funeral home to an art gallery to a restaurant to a bar. And so it's been consistently commercial over that period of time. And like I said, both the neighborhood wants us or supports this, the neighbor in back of the building supports this, the alderman supports this, the association supports this. And so we would love to have the support of the city on it.
Mona?
What would the hours be of the business operating out of there, Jared?
A very simple 9 to 5.
Monday through Friday?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have a commercial dumpster that you have access to? Would that be shared with the front business, or are you providing that for your business, sir?
We would provide that for our business.
Will you be needing a sign?
If we do one, it'll be in conformity with what Lafayette Square requires.
Okay.
If we
That
do, we'll
works.
go. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That's
Thank
all
you.
I have.
Jim?
Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Holtz, for joining us today. So you said you're moving from an existing office. Where is that located?
So we're split between a couple locations here in Lafayette Square, and we also have a space in Clayton. And so we're getting everyone to come down in one space.
Okay, and I don't think there's any added parking with this building. Is there parking included with this building? Right?
No, there's not, but there's plenty of street parking along Mississippi and also in the front along Park. And then we're directly across the street from Lafayette Park. So there's tons of parking along there, street parking.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other board members have any questions? Thanks, Mr. Holtz.
Thank you.
Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? Okay, is there anyone here to testify in opposition of this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits, certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from Planning and Urban Design, a letter of support from Alderwoman Jamie Cox Antwi, a letter of support from Hillary Norris, a letter of support from Bart Listener, Lafayette Square Business Association, and a history of commercial uses at 2001 Park submitted by the petitioner. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Drea, will you please read appeal number 20601? And for this appeal, I will need to recuse myself.
Appeal number 20601, 4701 South Broadway.
St. Louis, can you hear me okay? Okay.
I can hear you now.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Good afternoon, board members. My name is Andy Powers, zoning plan examiner for the city of St. Louis. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to operate a used auto sales business with detailing and repairs and the sale of new and used tires located at 4701 South Broadway. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. This appeal was before the Board of Adjustment on November 5th, 2025, where the motion to uphold the refusal of the building commissioner to issue the occupancy failed. After the discussion by the board, the appeal was tabled to allow the petitioner to submit a dimensioned parking lot layout and any information on existing brownfield issues known at the site. The appeal was placed on the May 20th, 2026 agenda to appear before the board, but there was not a quorum, continuing the item to this meeting. The applicant is applying for a certificate of occupancy to operate a used auto sales business in the zoning district F, neighborhood commercial, which is neither a permitted or conditional use within this zone Therefore, one use variance is required for consideration. Additionally, the president of the Mount Pleasant Neighborhood Association has provided a letter of support with suggested conditions for the site. Finally, the memorandum from the Urban Planning and Design Agency in order to assist the Zoning Board of Adjustment in executing their duties as outlined in Ordinance 71412. The planning staff has reviewed the appeal 20601 against the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan, the land use element of the comprehensive plan. There is no adopted neighborhood plan covering this location. The site is located within a medium intensity neighborhood within the 2025 SLOOP. This designation describes areas that are of the city that are primarily residential, with many types of housing and limited types of commercial activities. Specifically, this designation actively discourages automobile-related businesses such as auto repair. The granting of the variance would not be in keeping with this designation's intent of creating a pedestrian-oriented environment that discourages automobile-related activities. Even though this property has held automotive-related uses in the past, the strategic land use plan and the upcoming zoning upgrade envision a better and friendlier mix of uses at this site. Planning staff finds the request of appeal 20601 is not in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Are there any further questions from the board?
Doesn't look like it, so let's see if we can get the appellant sweared in.
The court reporter, who is the appellant that I'll be swearing in?
Raza Kazami.
Can you please spell that for me? I need to enter you in as a speaker.
Sure. First name Raza, last name Kazami.
Thank you for your patience. Please raise your right hand so that I may swear you in. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, what would you like to give us? What would you like to tell us?
My name is Raza Kazami. This is my business partner and my brother Ali Kazami. We are trying to get a variance for the property 4701 South Broadway. We had a meeting with the neighborhood association. They gave us letter of support. We have spoken to a lot of the neighbors around the property. They have given us their support. We originally came here from Afghanistan about 25 years ago. We immigrated from Afghanistan as refugees. We grew up in South City, so we're very familiar with the area. We have a running business at 3181 Gravois. That is also a used car dealership. We've been there for about 10 years. We haven't had no complaint. All the neighbors are happy from us. We have 4 employees from the city that are working with us right now. And our space at 3181 Gravois is very constrained. So we are trying to, what's the right word for it? We are trying to expand because our space is very limited in 3181 Gravois. The only complaint we had in the past 10 years was we parked the car on the side where the side parking lot is. Our business have grown tremendously in the past 10 years because we sell good, clean cars to the community. So therefore, we are trying to expand, and we originally were planning on trying to stay around Grabways, around Compton, Roosevelt area, but we could not find a building, and we saw this building at 4701 South Broadway, and it works perfect with automotive. I think it's design automotive, and it was being used as automotive business before. So when we purchased the property, we didn't think we will have any issues as far as getting licensed or expanding the business to the Mount
Question.
Pleasant neighborhood. Yes.
Did you provide us with we had asked you to give us information with regard to the condition. Let me go back to my notes with the brownfield information. That's why we postponed it. Did you submit that in the record?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we submitted
Okay.
the environmental, the site plan. Both of those were submitted about a
I
month
did
ago.
drive by. I saw that you nicely painted the parking lot and you submitted the brownfield information.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
We have done some landscaping. We've been trying to keep the property clean. We have installed security system. We do have a security that stays there overnight, just watching the property. So we have done a couple of stuff to bring the property in a better shape, and we are planning on doing more improvements to the property as far as painting it, upgrading it basically inside and outside.
Okay. I noticed that there was some graffiti on the back of the building. Did you deal with that yet?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I reported it, and they took care of it. They cleaned it up. Right side.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Operation
interrupt you. I
Brightside,
just wanted
yeah.
to make sure that you provided the items that we had asked for. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What would be your hours of operation?
Our hours of operation Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Those are the same hours we have at the Grabways location.
Andy, do we have normal things that if we do this, that we would put on conditions for a business of this nature? For
Yes,
car lots?
we do.
Could you read
Ms.
those
Chair-
for me?
Ms. Chairwoman, may I ask one question before Andy reads that list?
Absolutely, Jim. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had your hand up. I apologize.
That's okay. Thank you, Mr. Kazami, or both of you, for appearing today. So I haven't driven by the property recently. Mona just made reference to painting have you already painted in all the lines, the parking spots per the, I'm looking at a diagram of all the parking spaces. Have you already done that?
We have painted some of the fence and some of the lines. It's not finished yet.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
but it's in the process of getting done.
okay. So the plans that you submitted, can you give us a sense of what you could commit to having that completed?
Yes, of course. Yeah. We're planning on doing the whole thing.
No, can you give us, sorry, sense of timing? I should have clarified, sense of timing when you would have that completed.
I would have it completed in the next week or so.
Next week.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the hearing to see, because we have already spent probably over 100,000 in this past 1 year as far as maintaining, paying taxes, and doing landscaping, security, and stuff. So I don't have any revenue from this property yet, so it's been kind of hard. So we were just waiting for the hearing to see if we were going to get the variance or not before we spend more money on the property.
Okay, and just to make myself clear before Mr. Powers reads certain potential conditions, if we had a condition that you will complete the painting of the property based on the diagram that was submitted, the site plan that was submitted to us and that we reviewed, you would not have a problem if that were a condition that we listed.
No, sir. No, I will not have any problem with any of that. And also, there was some condition that the neighborhood association want it, and we agreed to all of that as well.
Well, I'm not sure if I know exactly which one that was, but Andy, I'll let you do your thing first. But I wanted to make it clear and ask the question that if we put some kind of requirement about the striping of the property, you can commit to getting that done by a certain time frame. Okay? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I can't go forward with reading those conditions.
Thank you, Andy.
So this one, so we have conditions. Yeah, we have conditions for auto sales and auto repair businesses. I'm sure some of them overlap, but I can read both if we'd like.
Please.
Starting with
Can't hear him. We can't hear him.
auto sales for new and used vehicle display area on the exterior of the premises shall be paid. Sorry. Can you guys hear me in there? Okay. Looks like I'm having a bit of a network issue.
You're freezing up, Andy.
Okay. We'll give it a second to see if it resolves itself.
Yeah, you're frozen.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. Standard conditions for new and used auto sales. Number one, the entire parking/vehicle display area on the exterior of the premises shall be paved and striped. Parking area shall be striped as to substantially conform to the width and depth of layout standards for parking spaces as provided for in section 26.16. .080 layout shall be submitted and approved by the zoning administrator before the building/occupancy permit is issued. 3. Vehicles parked on lot shall be in approved parking spaces. All spaces shall be equipped with approved bollards or wheel stops as to prohibit vehicles encroaching on public right-of-way or private property. 4. Parking lot layout spaces shall be labeled vehicles for sale, customer parking, employee parking, or any other uses. If multiple businesses are on this property, spaces shall be labeled for each business separately. 5. Vehicles owned by the petitioner are prohibited from being parked or sold on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. 6. Vehicle access and egress from lot shall be permitted utilizing established curb cuts and driveways on premises. No access or egress of vehicles shall be permitted across sidewalks or curbs. 7. The stringing of lights, flags, or streamers on premises is prohibited. 8. Any parking area lighting to be installed shall be on metal or masonry poles with underground wiring and shall not exceed 22 feet in height and adjusted so that no more than 0.5 foot candles measured at grade falls on any abutting residential used premises. These improvements shall not be installed until approvals and permits are received from all appropriate city agencies. 9. There shall be no exterior signage on premises until separate approvals and permits are received from all appropriate city agencies. On tethers. 10. Or music systems are prohibited. 11. The existing building or buildings on premises shall be completely repaired and restored pursuant to all applicable zoning and building codes. These improvements shall not be installed until approvals and permits are received from all appropriate city agencies. 12. There shall be no storage of derelict or salvaged vehicles permitted on subject premises or on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. All vehicles shall be in operable condition. 13. There shall be no vehicular, mechanical, or body repair or spray painting permitted on subject premises. or on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. 14, there shall be no open storage of auto, mechanical, or body parts, batteries, tires, motor oil, or other automotive fluids or refuse of any nature on subject premises or on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. 15, there shall be no salvage of parts from vehicles on subject premises. 16, hours of operation limited per appellant's testimony. 17, there shall be no cord or rope type LED lighting surrounding or framing windows or doors. 18, the petitioner shall provide a commercial dumpster and establish a trash removal contract through a private source for regular pickups and maintain the entire premises in a clean and orderly appearance at all times. 19, of the premises for use by the customers and shall be emptied on a daily basis or more if needed. If another container is needed due to the level of busyness, it shall also be provided. 20, there shall be no vending, ATM machines, or payphones on the exterior of the premises at any given time. 21, the premises shall not be issued a public nuisance notice pursuant to Ordinance 68535 or its successor ordinances. And then we have the standard conditions for auto repair. Number 1, the petitioner must obtain proper permits from the City of St. Louis Building Division for any proposed signage. 2, the petitioner shall properly dispose of all hazardous materials. 3, there shall be no vending, ATM machines, or payphones on the exterior of the premises at any given time. 4, there shall be no outside storage on the premises at any given time. 5, there shall be no overnight outside storage on the premises at any given time. If a vehicle must remain overnight for any reason, it must be stored inside of the garage. And then there's another section for 5. If outside storage is needed, overnight outside storage shall be limited to, per testimony, vehicles at body work or spray painting on the premises at any given time per petitioner's testimony. 7, hours of operation per testimony. 8, there shall be no cord or rope type LED lighting surrounding or framing windows or doors. 10, the stringing of lights, flags, or streamers on the premises is prohibited. 11, exterior amplified intercom systems or phone ringing systems are prohibited. 12, the premises shall not be issued a public nuisance notice pursuant to Ordinance 68535 or its successor ordinances. Those are all the standard conditions.
Did you guys have any questions about that? And Jim, I'll be right with you.
It kind of cut out a few times, Chairwoman, but I think overall it seems pretty standard, and obviously they're currently operating one now and following those. So I didn't hear of any problems.
Yeah, I didn't have any issues. We've been running the Grabwoods location for about 10 years, so we're familiar with all the.
Okay. Go ahead, Jim. You had a couple of questions.
Well, they referred to a letter from Mount Pleasant. That's Exhibit I of our packet, which is a letter dated October 20th, 2025 from Mark Swain that has a number of conditions embedded into it that we could consider. It's in our packet, but I'll be. What's that?
Did they see that letter, those conditions?
Yes.
Well, it would have been back in November at the November hearing for sure.
Mr. Rice, are you familiar with those?
Oh, are you brother? Yes.
You familiar with that, Mr.
Yes,
Appellant?
ma'am. Yes.
Do you have any questions about those?
No, ma'am.
Are you all right with all of those?
Yes.
Okay. Andy, do you have those conditions? You're
Yeah.
frozen.
Yeah. I have those. There's a letter from the original board hearing.
Okay,
Can you hear me now?
I can.
You can? Okay. Yeah, there's a letter from the original board hearing, and then there's a letter for this new agenda. They appear to be mostly identical in content with a few changes. To the title and the date. So I'll read the most recent one.
Thank you.
Yeah. The neighborhood, the Board of Mount Pleasant Neighborhood Association is in support of the development and the use of the premises at 4701 South Broadway as automobile sales, used with repair, providing the following conditions are met as discussed in the face-to-face meeting on October 2nd, 2025. All signs shall have proper permits, be approved by the zoning administrator, and meet all local, state, and federal guidelines and regulations. Surrounding grounds must be kept clean, landscaped, and always maintained. No bars on windows or doors. Autos for sale will be $7,000 or more. None with less price. Seal or repair asphalt on all parking surfaces and restripe. Paint all wrought iron and cyclone fencing around the entire perimeter. Install at least 2 wrought iron trash cans on sidewalks, with picking up any trash on Broadway and Itasca are at business daily. Immediately weed, eat, and maintain any lawn area regularly, including alleyway. Security lighting to face business property only. Detailing of autos for the car sales only. Sale of new or used tires is okay. Old tires should not be visible on the exterior. Building painted to colors cohesive with the homes in the area. Repairs to autos inside only to auto sales and to public. No cars for sale or cars awaiting repair may be parked on the street at any time. We ask that the business hours are strictly adhered to, 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, closed Sunday. We wish you success in your endeavor, and thank you once again for choosing Mount Pleasant Neighborhood. Signed, Mark Swain, President, Mount Pleasant Neighborhood Association.
Thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to add, sir?
No, I don't.
Okay. Is there anyone else in favor of this appeal? Yes, go ahead, Mr.
Yeah.
Rice. Get
Oh,
you sworn in.
it's
Gotta get
Dave
sworn
Sweeney of
in.
Lewis Rice.
All right. Sorry, you're on mute.
I'm sorry, repeat your name again, sir?
David Sweeney, Sweeney.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Go ahead with your testimony.
David Sweeney, mailing address 600 Washington Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri, 63101. I stand here as Mr. Kazami Brothers legal counsel here, and it's truly my honor. Their story is truly the American dream. They came here, they have started a successful company, and they're looking to do a second one. They purchased this property with Enterprise Bank. They, since purchasing it, have security there. They're not even operating. They're making no money, yet they are choosing to have security there at a cost of almost $30,000 since purchase. Obviously, also have security within there. At every turn, have not pushed back on any conditions. either from the neighborhood or potentially from this board. Really just want to contribute to the community. Have talked with neighbors that are directly affected by that on the Broadway area. Have tried to work with all folks. Clearly, this building, for at least the last 25 years that we were able to find, have had auto-centric uses. You can tell by looking at the building. This isn't some odd idea to come up with this, whether it be dent repairs or Spire prior to that. Mr. and Mr. Kazami simply want to operate this business and continue to bring jobs and growth and investment into the city. There is not a support letter from the alderwoman, but she's also not against this project. She is staying neutral due to some folks you're going to hear from after I speak. Because, you know, I don't know what else you could want in that area. We all know what vacant buildings do. We have way too many already, and I just can't stress enough how important we need to just continue to have businesses open. So I'm here to answer any other questions. Thank you for your time.
How much money has he spent on getting this building in good condition? Do you know?
He purchased for $300,000 and he's put here $100,000 both. And some of that's in his affidavit, which we sent over today, that is pretty detailed for the record. So you can take a look at that as well. Security guards around the premises, legal fees. Obviously that's separate from there. Landscaping, just general maintenance, the survey and site plan that he had to go get done. And thank you for that continuance. The environmental study is through Enterprise Bank. Obviously they would not be loaning for a site like this as a reputable bank if there were any issues there. So that's also in the file.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else you'd like to add?
Thank you for your consideration.
Okay. Is there anyone else in favor of this appeal?
Chairwoman, I would like to say that we did receive those materials from the appellant.
Great.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you. Thank you. Just looking to see if there's anyone else. I don't see anyone else. Is there anyone opposed to this appeal?
If you are on the phone to testify, it's *6 to unmute yourself.
My name is Mark Widman. I'm in opposition.
All right, Mark, let's get you sworn in. Are you able to come on camera or are you just on the phone, sir?
I'm sorry, you're just on the phone. I wasn't able to make the connection for the camera.
Okay, no problem. We'll get you sworn in.
Mr. Widman, this is the court reporter. Since you are on the phone, can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised?
It is.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
All right, can you state your name and address for the record, sir?
Mark Widman, 4708 South Broadway, 63111, and I'm here representing myself and 21 neighbors that I represented when this was first heard on November 5th, a list of which was provided to the committee.
All right, go ahead.
I've been a part of quite a few of these hearings. I never saw something tabled, so that was new to me. Thank you for the education on that. It's interesting. So what I originally provided you after I heard Mr. Kazemi it almost sounded like start from scratch, which is okay, and maybe how everything works here, what he's doing, but certainly that was what he laid out on the 5th. On the 5th, I provided the committee with a 2-page document 5 exhibits, a list of all the neighbors, where we live, how many years we lived here, what we paid for our properties, real estate taxes. I thought that was kind of set and recorded as of November 5th. And then the tabling. Oh, thank you.
It's all part of the record.
So
Yes,
I'm not
sir.
going to. Beautiful. And I got a little windy the last time I talked, so I don't want to do that again. So I did listen to your deliberation after the meeting to find out what additional. That's why I found out it was tabled. Found out that what you were very interested in was the parking diagram, already discussed, which you said you have, and the environmental study. So based on that meeting and some of your deliberation, I put together another document which cites 9 different talking points with 2 exhibits with pictures. May I trust that you also received those? I had that actually for your May 20th hearing when there was the recusing. So I assume you still have all that documentation. And if we do, I can start from there.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. After listening to Mr. Kazemi speak of all the monies he put in there, and then listen to Mr. Sweeney, et cetera, something that it was item 4 I sent you, which I wasn't going to even discuss because I wanted to be very brief, but since there's so much attention with the amount of money spent there, if you could indulge me.
Sure.
So I had on item 4 that this was already discussed, and I got that from listening to the deliberations. So during the deliberations, one of the board members actually asked the question if the petitioners already bought the property. It was determined after a little back and forth and research that they did buy the property by their board members in live action there. And then that board member said that might influence their decision. And a board member I'm using is general, so that was all in the video I watched. So based on that comment, which I have in item 4 to use, I said it appeared to me that the board member was concerned that there was an investment put in and they already bought the property. My comments on that was I believe that it's a dangerous precedence to allow petitioners to possibly influence this committee, and I'll just use the word sympathy for lack of a better term, if they purchased a property before securing a necessary variance. I also stated that if the petitioner failed to verify the zoning for the property prior to the purchase, that responsibility lies with them. And I like the Kazemis very much, but that's not really what this is about for our neighborhood. And that zoning information is very easily accessible on the city website. And then I urged the committee to maintain the standard of evaluating the variances based on merits of the code and the neighbor's overwhelming rejection, in our case 22, of the variance, rather than any self-imposed financial hardship resulting from a lack of due diligence by the petitioner. So I wasn't ready to talk about that at all, but since so much of this back and forth in this wonderful meeting addressed that, thank you for indulging me to point out that item. I have no intentions on reading my 9-page points to you.
Thank you. We can read it.
Thank you. In regards to the parking diagram, there was a lot of back and forth, which you can see on line 7. I'm not going to read you all of my information, but it's there for you in detail after listening to your deliberation, that at one point, maybe 200 to 300 cars, the petitioners thought. There was a question from a little question from one of the board members that might be a lot, and they thought maybe 100, and then that was thought that was a lot, and then it was pointed out by another board member, you got to stay in with the stripes. That's very important. The petitioners said they agree, and the diagram you have in front of you has, I believe, 57 drawn spots. you all, the committee, I understand, want some parking for patrons, want parking for employees. So by my best estimation, there's 40 spots. May I say, because he did a wonderful job I live across the street, so I did a lovely job of paving and striping. It's all wonderful. But through this whole process of, we're all talking about this going from 200, 300 spots to 100 to a 50 to what I think is 40. I think it's important for us to have our facts. You'll find that in item 7. The other one was the environmental. Me reading the environmental appears to me that there is no gas tanks underneath the ground, or maybe you call it brownfield, any items on top that would make it difficult for that to become something different. One of the board members asked for that environmental, saying that he has a lot of contacts that might be interested in buying that property if it didn't have those hazards. So anyway, the environmental study was interesting. I saw no brownfield. I cited that environmental in item 9 and cited many gas stations that have become residents in the city. I gave you the addresses. Many gas stations that have become filling stations in the city. I gave you the addresses. And we would love, us neighbors, to see that become one of those things, which would be consistent with zoning F, which would allow us to participate on a regular basis and support such a business. 2 other points. Item 1 has 4 pictures supported by Exhibit 1 of the parking lot of Exclusive Auto Bodies that I took for you, that I took on May 15th. There was a lot of conversation from the board members, thoughtfully, thank you, that the cars must stay in the parking lines. Board members further saying they can't be jammed on there where you've got to pull cars off to move other cars, to which the petitioner said they understand and they would not do that. If you look at Exhibit 1, the 4 pictures I provided you, you see under Exclusive's current parking lot that the cars are packed in there tighter than sardines. And by best viewing, it would appear to get any particular car out, you might have to move 10 out onto the street. So I heard what the board members say they expected. I heard the petitioners say they'll abide by it, but I went by and that's not how they're conducting themselves currently. There was also talk that, go ahead.
Mr. Weidman, I neglected to tell you that we typically only allow 3 minutes in testimony. And
all right,
so my apologies in not telling you that. So let me tell you, we typically only allow 3 minutes in testimony. So I need you to step it up, sir.
All right, so I'll finish up quickly. So anyway, if you look at the 4 pictures, you'll see the cars are packed tight as sardines. And then lastly, the board members made it very clear that the cars shouldn't be on lots, on sidewalks. Then you'll see that item 2 is 1 picture only, taken on that same date, with one of their cars parked on the sidewalk. And they've also been cited by the city twice for these infractions. So this isn't, the Kazimis, I met them, they're wonderful guys. I think they do a great business, but that's all the information I have provided. And I still ask the committee not to allow for the variance. It's not a right fit for our area. And thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Thanks for coming and testifying for us. We appreciate that. And is there anyone? I'm sorry, I didn't
know if I wait for questions.
Yeah, is there
So
anyone
do I wait
else
for questions or do I just back out?
Yeah, hang on a second. All right. Is there anyone that has any additional questions for Mr. Weidman on the board? Doesn't look like we have any questions for you, Mr. Weidman. Is there anyone else not in favor of this appeal?
I'll thank the committee and I'll zone out. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. I'm not seeing anyone. We can go ahead and read the items into the record, and we'll consider this case as being heard. The following items to be read into the record is a certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letters, city journal public notices, photograph, Sanborn maps, memos from planning and urban design. Let me scroll down a little bit. Letters of support with conditions from Mark Swain, President, Mount Pleasant Neighborhood Association, copies of About Us summary with photos submitted by petitioners, 8 letters of support submitted by petitioners, letters of opposition from Mark Weidman, 22 letters of opposition submitted by Mark Weidman, copies of proceedings from November 5th, 2026, meeting notice letters from May 20th, 2026, City Journal public notices from May 20, 2026, photographs from May 20th, 2026, Sanborn maps from May 20th, 2026, memo from Planning and Urban Design from May 2026, copies of environmental studies submitted by Dave Sweeney, attorney from petitioner, copy of site plans submitted by Dave Sweeney, attorney for petitioner, 9 letters of support submitted by petitioners, letter of support with conditions from Mark A. Sweeney, president of Mount Pleasant Neighborhood Association, submitted by petitioner, letters of support with photos from Mark Weidman, copy of proceedings from May 20th from 2026, meeting notice letters from June 24th, 2026, City Journal public notices from June 24th, 2026, photographs from June 24th, 2026, Sanborn maps from June 24th, 2026, memos from Planning and Urban Design from June 24th, 2026, copy of environmental studies submitted by Dave Sweeney, attorney from petitioner, copy of city planning submitted by Dave Sweeney, attorney for petitioner, email from Mark Swain, president of Mount Pleasant Neighborhood Association. I think I'm done. Andy, anything I missed?
Dre has some.
Okay,
Dre?
so letter of opposition with photos from Mark Weidman, copy of the scene, and then I received these affidavits for Raza Kizami from the attorney, and I received letters of support from them as well. 16.
Okay. All of that to be added to the record.
Submitted today.
Submitted today.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay. Having said all that, this has been heard, and I am turning this back over to Anthony.
Thank you, Mona.
Thank you.
Drea, will you please read appeal number 20592?
Appeal number 20592, 3122 Arsenal Street.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Good afternoon, board members. My name is Andy Powers, zoning plan examiner for the city of St. Louis, representing the building commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to amend the conditions of an existing variance to operate a counseling business located at 3122 Arsenal Street. I'd like to present as evidence for this case proceedings from the previous appeal and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. On October 1st, 2025, Elizabeth Bemler came before the Board of Adjustment with an appeal to operate a counseling business that was initially denied due to the use regulations in the B district. The board, by unanimous vote, voted to approve the use variance with subject to 4 conditions. Those conditions are as follows. 1, the hours of operation shall be limited to 11 a.m. through 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. The petitioner shall provide a rollout dumpster. 3, there shall be no counselor on the premise. Number 3, there shall be only 1 counselor on the premises at any given time. 4, the premises shall not be issued a public nuisance notice pursuant to ordinance number 68535 or its successor ordinance. The appellant seeks to amend conditions number 1 for hours of operation and number 3 for on-premises number of employees. Does the board have any questions for me?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant. Ms. Bowmeyer.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Bemler and I'm the appellant.
Okay, let's get you sworn in.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Elizabeth Bemler, 3120 Arsenal Street, St. Louis, Missouri, 63118.
Proceed.
As just mentioned, I just opened up a counseling business. I own the building 3120, 3122 Arsenal Street. And last October, I converted it into a counseling business for myself. There is extra space in the building, and so I would like to rent out those rooms to other therapists, which then also means I would like to extend the amount of time that the other therapists would be allowed to do their business. So that is what I am here to do today. I will say, I know there was a question last time about parking, so I just wanted to address that out front. I live on a very strange city block. So on my side of the street on Arsenal, there are 2 other buildings. The building right next to me is a small 4-family rental unit, and then the building down is a larger apartment complex. Both of those have off-street parking. And then my building, which is the 3120, 3122, has a 4-car garage in the back. And so my husband and I park our cars on one side. And so we would be offering garage parking to 2 of the therapists, of the 3 therapists that we could rent to. So there is
Come on.
There's quite a bit like there at any given moment there's almost 0 cars parked on my side of the street on our block. So I open for any questions, of course.
Yes, Mother. You're
Maybe I missed it. Did you talk to your neighbors on each side?
So on they're in renters and apartment complexes. So no, I did talk to my across the street neighbors. And I don't think this was mentioned, but I do have support from the Tower Grove East Neighborhood Association and the I think Dr. Alicia Saunier. Those have been submitted into record. So no, I did not speak to the tenants simply because they tend to be transient. I actually have had several neighbors kind of come in and out that I've had relationships with, but they're more transient. The neighbors across the street are owners, and so they are in full support of my business.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry, what are the new hours that you want?
would like to do 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And I would like Monday through Sunday, simply because I don't know what hours. I don't have future tenants secured under contract yet, so I don't know if they would want to offer any services on Saturdays or Sundays. Most of the time therapists don't, but you do see some exceptions out there, so I want to have that available to them.
A total of counselors, and that would be including yourself, would be 3.
Total, including myself, would be 4.
Okay, I just want to make sure I had that right. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, Jim.
So a total number of people in the building at any given time can conceivably be 8, 4 counselors and 4 clients.
Yes.
Okay. Is there sometimes multiple clients for some of your counselors?
There is always the option of seeing like families at the same time, or parents bringing their children. That's not going to impact the car situation because the families typically come in one car if they're coming to therapy. But yes, there is that possibility that more than it can be a therapist with multiple clients in the room.
Okay, so you're going to let 2 of the therapists use the garage and stipulate to them that they're going to use the garage. Okay, and then the other therapist and any clients would have to park on the street.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Any other board members have any questions? Thank you, Ms. Bimler.
Thank you.
Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? Okay, is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits. Certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board to amend variance, copy of the proceedings with conditions, meeting notice letter, city journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from planning and urban design, letter of support from Alderwoman Alicia Sanye, letter of support from Trista McKenzie, President, Tower Grove East Neighborhood Association, and a copy of the original Board of Adjustment documents. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Andrea, will you please read appeal number 20119?
Appeal number 20119, 5610 Dr. Morford Luther King Drive.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Good afternoon, board members. My name is Andy Powers, zoning plan examiner for the city of St. Louis.
Freezing up again,
The
Andy.
building commissioner of an existing variance to operate a used auto sales and repair lot. Frozen. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you now.
All right, I'll start from the beginning. Good afternoon, board members. My name is Andy Powers, zoning plan examiner for the city of St. Louis, representing the building commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to amend the conditions of an existing variance to operate a used auto sales and repair lot located at 5610 Martin Luther King Drive. I'd like to present as evidence for this case proceedings from the previous appeal and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. On December 20th, 2017, Ryder Day Auto Sales came before the Board of Adjustment with an appeal to operate a used auto sales business with repair, which was initially denied due to the use regulations in the G local commercial district. The board granted the use variance subject to 22 conditions. The appellant comes before the board today to amend the following conditions. Number 5, for outside storage of vehicles, for storage of derelict vehicles, and number 19, for salvage of vehicle parts on premises. As a reminder to the board, this business appeals 27th, 2025. The appeal was tabled for up to 90 days to allow the petitioner to come into compliance with all of the conditions of the variance, including applying for a sign permit and consolidating the parcels. The parcels have since been consolidated, and the sign permit has an active application, AB 588496, but has not received, the zoning office has not received adequate information for approval of said sign permit. Additionally, the Planning and Urban Design Agency has provided a memorandum to assist the Zoning Board of Adjustment in executing the duties as outlined in Ordinance 71412. Planning staff has reviewed the appeal 20119 against the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan, or SLOOP, the land use element of the comprehensive plan. There is no adopted neighborhood plan covering this location. The site is located within a medium intensity corridor within the 2025 SLOOP. This designation discourages automobile related activities. This designation encourages a mix of uses that support a dense pedestrian friendly walkable environment, including residential, office, retail, entertainment, and institutional uses. While existing auto related uses may remain legally, new or expanded auto-related uses should not be approved. Thus, granting of this variance is not in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Planning staff finds the request of appeal 20119 is not in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Does the board have any questions for me? Mona?
When was this originally approved?
That would have been, I don't have the date of the approval of the occupancy permit finally, but that hearing was December 20th, 2017.
Thank you.
Yes,
And then
sir.
I would, sorry.
Go ahead, Andy.
I just wanted to clarify that there was a revocation hearing for this in August, which was tabled. August of 2025.
Got it.
Verification, which hearing from what body? You said revocation.
It was the Board of Adjustment.
Okay. I was not on the Board of Adjustment then.
Yeah.
I do have a question, Andy, on Exhibit B, the second page. So it's Exhibit B is the appeal for amendments and variance. On the second page, where it lists the 3 conditions, there's some bold lettering at the bottom of each paragraph or each section. I guess is that the request that the appellant is making?
Correct. This is since it was longer than can fit on the appeal form, they attached a separate document to outline their requested revisions.
Okay, and then above each of the bold paragraphs is a paragraph that looks like it's a statement being made to to the appellant. Who's wording it? Who's the first person in that each of those paragraphs?
So this Exhibit B is copied from an email exchange Looks like Anne might be trying to join just for a second. Exhibit B is a direct copy of an email exchange between Evan Winkler, who formerly worked for the zoning section, and the appellant. There were other communications that were, not.
Okay, well, you're breaking up. I'm sorry.
Andy, you actually broke up.
Okay.
But you've answered my question. It's between city staff and
Correct.
the appellant. Okay.
Yeah, I believe you acknowledged that it was between an old city staff person and then, yeah, that was the extent of my statement.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that.
Mm-hmm.
Mary, you had your hand raised.
I'm fine. It was answered. I just wanted to make sure everyone understood that this was here as it was originally part of a revocation hearing. The board continued it for them to come back and try to amend their conditions. So you would, depending on what happens today, you will see this back again as we either close out or proceed with that revocation hearing.
Got it. Mona, you have your hand raised.
Mona, I think you're muted. I believe I'm not frozen this time.
No, you're fine, Andy. I'm going to guess that Mona.
Yeah, she looks muted. Oh, there she is. She's unmuted.
I don't mean to have my hand raised. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's hear from the petitioner, Mr. Lowe. You are muted, Mr. Lowe.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Yes. All right, let's get you sworn in.
Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
All right, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Yes, my name is Dwayne Lowe. Mailing address is 12446 Huntsman Drive, St. Louis, Missouri, 63137.
Proceed.
Yes, first of all, I would like to thank the board for hearing, for agreeing to hear this review of an appeal. With that being said, I would like to proceed to say that we've been working diligently to bring things within compliance. As I'm sure you're aware that we've fallen short, but it's not due to a lack of effort. We've managed to consolidate all of the lots into one address. We've been able to secure funds to get partially half of the east lot paved and striped. So we have 12 spaces right now that's paved and striped. And we also have a contract to have the rest of the lot paved and striped by the end of July. We've removed all of the vehicles from the east lot, and we have removed 90% of the vehicles from the west lot, had them demolition, salvaged. We've replaced and terminated the shop manager who continued to violate the operating hours and the storage responsibilities. And we've been working hard it's been really difficult to get a lot of the things done because business has been really slow with the economy and all. But we're doing everything we can. And we do believe that this business is good for the community and good for us. We grew up in this neighborhood. I was born less than 3 miles from this location. And that's why we wanted to operate a business in the community because we're from the community. But like I said, we're working on getting things done, and we're pretty close to having things where they should be. So with that being said, that's our testimony for now, and we're open to take questions.
Any questions, board members?
I have a couple of questions for him, Andy.
Sure, man.
Anthony.
Mhm.
You're asking for, you're going to store derelict vehicles?
No, not salvage vehicles.
Well, it says here there's.
We're asking for storage, outside storage for customer vehicles.
Okay. So are you gonna salvage parts?
No, we don't salvage. We bought vehicles that needed work done, and once it's been determined that it's not cost effective to repair it, then we just take the vehicle and we send it to a scrap yard.
Okay, because it's asking for condition number 19, there should be no salvage or parts from vehicles on the subject premises. So you're asking, that's what I'm asking. Are you going to salvage the vehicles, or I don't? Because you're asking.
Yes, we buy them from the auction, and most vehicles we're able to repair and sell. But if we can't repair it, then we have to get rid of it.
Okay, so there should be outside storage. What are your hours what hours of operations are you trying to get?
We're trying to get from 8 to 6. Monday through
Monday.
Friday.
Still Monday through Friday?
Yes.
So you're just asking for 2 extra hours.
What's that?
You're just asking for 2 extra hours.
Yes.
And okay. All right, Anthony, that's all I've got.
So currently, your conditions say there are no outside storage.
Correct.
And now you want outside storage. So that's going to be outside storage of vehicles or other stuff?
Vehicles only.
Only.
Yes.
How many?
Well, we've got 12 spaces right now, so we're looking for 24 spaces on the east lot, and at a later date, we would like to add an additional 12 spaces on the west lot.
But the west lot's not paved, right, yet?
Correct.
And the east lot is paved for 24 slots?
Well, it's paid for 12. Right now, that's all we had enough money to afford. But we have a contract to have 12 more paid by the end of July.
Okay, that's right. You said that. Okay, so you got 12. Where are the customers going to park?
The customers? Well, the 24 spots are not for all vehicles for sale.
Okay.
We're going to have 6 of those spots will be for customers.
On the east lot?
Correct.
Okay. So right now, you would have 6 spots for customers and 6 spots for cars.
Correct.
All right. And then
with another
by
12 pending in July.
The end of July, you'll have room for another 12.
Correct.
Mona, you are muted.
Sorry. So July, if we allow this, we might give you another 12. And then in the west lot, when is that going to be ready?
We're hoping that we'll have the funds to have the west lot done by the end of the year.
Okay, end of year. So what I would see that looking like would be we would hold that back until completed.
Correct.
Okay. And do you have a commercial dumpster right now?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so you have all those other conditions and you're meeting those conditions, right?
Yes.
So you're asking for condition 19 to be removed. There shall be no salvage or parts of vehicles on subject premises. You're asking for that condition to be removed. I'm not wanting to remove that condition.
No, we're not asking for the salvage parts. We're not asking for that.
So
I
do you
believe that is
have
a mistake.
salvage? Do you have salvage on your lot now? Because that seems
No.
to be a problem.
No, we don't.
Okay. All right. There shall be no storage of derelict and salvage vehicles permitted on the premise. You have that issue?
No, we don't. We don't have any salvage vehicles.
All right, so
That's not our intent. It was never our intent to store salvage vehicles.
Is there room to put that kind of stuff inside?
Yes, we have a lot of room inside.
So if
Inside
you're
the
working
building.
on a car that looks like it's salvage, put that inside. I'm just giving you some advice because when the older person or neighbors drive by and they see derelict cars, they see that as violation of conditions. And
Yes.
then they call the city. That's part of why you're here.
Okay.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Okay, because that's problematic. That's why you're here. So when you have a really bad car and it looks like it's derelict and it looks like you're salvaging, put that inside while you work on it, okay? Because people are going to
Okay.
continue to call on you. All right, that's all I got. Thank you.
Anthony.
Yes.
Okay, so I keep getting you and Andy mixed up. So, you say you're buying cars from where? Where are
The
you buying these
auction.
cars? So you're buying the cars to the auction. They're not most of them aren't operable at the time, correct?
Right. Some of them are not operable.
Those would be what I consider salvage then, if they're not operable.
Well, they have them. They
Okay,
have
so
them on the in-op lot, and what that means is it's just not it's not ready for an inspection
that's what I
to
want you to
pass a
explain.
safety inspection. So it could be something like a starter or a
That's-
battery,
that's-
a loose
That's what I
cable.
want you to clarify. Okay, that's what I was
Okay.
trying to get you
So
to
we're
clarify.
we're not buying vehicles that have no chance of being repaired.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get clarified. Thank you.
No
Thank you.
problem. Thank you.
Anthony.
Mm-hmm. Any other board members have any questions? And to clarify, Mr. Lowe, you were only looking for outside storage of vehicles, not vehicles that are to be salvaged.
Correct.
Thank you. Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal?
Mr. Robinson, can I make a point of order?
Yes.
Point of clarification. Since we discussed, where this request came from, sort of the language where it came from, in those communications with Evan Winkler and the appellant, Evan had mentioned that they should request to remove condition 6. There shall be no overnight outside storage on the premises at any given time. And then it continues and says, if a vehicle must remain overnight for any reason, it must be stored inside of the garage. We never received any communication back from the appellant, so I'm not sure if they saw that note from Evan, or if they don't wish to appeal that condition.
Mr. Lowe?
Yes, we did speak with Mr. Evan, and that was one of the things that we wanted to amend. And I'm not sure how that went, didn't get noted, but we put security cameras around the building. So we would like to be able to store vehicles outside overnight.
Mary, how do we deal with this if that's not in here, but that
If
was
it's
the
not,
intent?
if it was not listed on the advertisement, we'll have to continue this and repost and republish. But he did not list that on his form as one of the conditions that he wanted to appeal, so it wasn't advertised that way.
So we're just appealing number 19.
The agenda describes all of the conditions that they wish to appeal. At least the agenda I'm looking at describes condition 5, condition 8, condition 17, and condition 19.
19,
So
okay.
that's what would have been advertised. If he wants
Got
to
it.
amend any other conditions, we will have to continue this and we'll have to have him fill out a new request listing all the conditions, and we will have to repost and re-advertise. Or you can simply decide to not grant an amendment to any of the conditions except for those that were advertised today.
Sure. Okay. Mona.
So, doesn't that cover it with outside storage on the premise number 5?
They're two separate conditions.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm sorry.
Duh. Got you.
Okay. So, Mr. Lowe, so you understand, given that condition 6 was not on there, even if we were to grant the other conditions, you would have to you'd have to come back for condition number 6.
Yes, I understand that.
So that would also mean that those vehicles would have to go inside.
Correct.
Okay. Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal?
Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
How you doing? My name, how are you doing, board members? I'm a representative of Brighter Day. My name is Antoine Johnson.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Johnson. We need to get you sworn in before you testify.
Mr. Johnson, this is the court reporter. Since you're calling in over the phone, can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised so that I may swear you in?
It is.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, I need your name and mailing address for the record.
My name is Antoine Johnson, Antione. My mailing address is 2823 Simple, Semple, St. Louis, Missouri, 63120.
Okay.
I want to kind of do a little bit of elaborating on some of the things that Dwayne had touched up on. One of the things is that I am a member of this community. I've been a member of this community for the last 49 years. My house is probably less than a half a mile from Brighter Day. And I've been with Brighter Day now for, let's say, a little over a year. And I'm part of the sales team. What I mean, the sales team, we try to go to the auction and we try to get cars. Some, like Dwayne said, some of the cars are not really ready for the road or road ready. So we try to spiff them up a little bit and get them inspected and get them out here to the community. What we try to provide here at Brighter Day and what I've been noticing over the last, because we trying to turn the corner, what I've been noticing over the last 6 months of us trying to just push forward, get these varices together and everything, we doing a lot of this. And a lot of things we do is for the community. A lot of people around here, they really can't afford some of the high-priced cars, some of the high-priced work that's afforded to ones who have a better opportunity to get it. So for our community, we try to keep it budget friendly. So some of that probably kind of spilled over in the community where we couldn't keep everything as tight as we wanted it to. But like Dwayne said, we've been trying to make the leaps and bounds towards coming in compliance with the things that we need to in order for us to keep operating and keep serving our community. And with that, I yield. And if you have any questions for me, I'm here for it.
Any board members have any questions? Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Is there anyone else here to testify in favor of this appeal?
Yes. Hello? I'm on the same line that Antoine was. Hello?
Okay. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
What is your...
Okay.
What is
My
your
name is Matthew. My name is Matthew Cox.
Matthew, what's your last name?
Cox. C-O-X.
Got it. Give us a second.
I also... Okay.
Mr. Cox, this is the court reporter. Since you're also on the phone, can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised so that I may swear you in?
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. I need you to state your name and mailing address for the record.
My name is Matthew Cox. I live at 947 Laurel Street, 63112.
Okay. Go ahead with your testimony.
Yes, sir. I'm also, I run the automotive department for sales of cars. As noted earlier, we do go to the auction. We go to AAA as well as Manheim. And the East lot, that's what Dwayne and I vision was to clear the east side completely and then to pave. What we're trying to pave is putting cars for sale over there. As Antoine said, when we do buy cars, they could seem to be savage, but we buy cars cheaper to be able to fix these cars. in order for us to fix them, sometimes they be having issues with the cars, and we do take our time and fix a lot of the cars and get them ready for inspection. But for the most part, that's exactly what we do here. And the west side, the west lot is more. What we want to do is use the west side for the customer parking. But right now we have to use the east side. But our intention is to be able to use the west side for customer parking and use the east side for all of the car sales part. We also, as you guys said on the Sixth Amendment, can you explain that a little bit more to me?
That you would not be able to store cars outside overnight.
Oh, overnight. Okay, so okay. And so that's what we'll be trying to amend is the sixth then. Is that correct?
You would have to at a later date come back to amend that. That is correct.
Okay. All right. That's what I was just making sure of. And I wanted to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to speak up for Brighter Day as well.
Yep. Any board members have any questions? Thank you. Mary.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My question is for Mr. Lowe. When we originally received this complaint, it came to us via way of the neighborhood improvement specialist who had said she received a number of complaints about automobiles being parked on the street. And so when I look back at the variance that was granted on, I guess that would have been back in August. No, sorry, when the original variance was granted, it looks like that there were two conditions put on there regarding outside storage. So at any point, have you made any effort to try to, talk with the neighborhood improvement specialist, or perhaps maybe have them moderate something between you and the neighborhood people that have complained about the automobiles being parked on the street?
No, we haven't. Once we were made aware of the complaint, and I spoke with Evan, we removed the vehicles from the street. I believe the major complaint was the vehicles parked on the street and there were vehicles on the sidewalk.
Right.
And so that was the first thing we immediately tackled.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anyone else here to testify in favor of this appeal?
You're calling in on the phone to testify. It looks like we have at least one person who's called in. Later, it's *6 to unmute yourself.
Okay. Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits. Certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board to amend variance, copy of the proceedings with conditions, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from Planning and Urban Design, and a copy of the original Board of Adjustment documents. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. And with that, that concludes the testimonial portion of the hearing. We will now go into deliberations. Thank you, Laura, for your service.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.
Thank you, Laura.
Board, shall we continue or take a short recess?
5 minutes, please.
Sounds good. It is 3:50. We will take a 5-minute recess, come back at 3:55. Okay. Start with appeal number 12022, 2711, 2707, and 2701 Lafayette Avenue.
I guess I'll start.
Mona,
Mona, go ahead.
Jim.
No, go ahead, Jim.
I saw that Mona was still on mute, so I went ahead and started to speak. Is there not a different process somebody has to follow for use variance if they're looking for an event space? That's what sort of threw me during the meeting. No?
No, it's all the same appeal process.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're denied because you can't meet part of the code, you have one appeal process, and that's to the Board of Adjustment. For the zoning code, I should preface that. Yeah.
Okay. Because it seemed there was a property up on Martin Luther King Boulevard that they wanted. It was a parking variance, but they also were asking for event space permission. So when she mentioned that she may be using that space for event space, it just raised little alarm bells. But I think it's going to be a great improvement for the neighborhood. I used to live in the 2700 block of Park, which is just 1 block or 2 blocks over from there. So I think it would be a great addition to the neighborhood for a spa. And as she said, it's you have to have a membership, I think, to attend. But even with that, I think it would be a great addition to that neighborhood. So I guess I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve the use variance for 2701 to 2711 Lafayette.
Let's get some conditions on there, Jim.
Yep, you're right. Conditions. So 10 to midnight on weekends. So I take that as Saturday and Sunday. 9 to midnight on weekdays, Monday through Friday.
All right, can I help?
Yes, please. That would be
All
great.
right, let's get a dumpster on there and some trash receptacles outside in the front for the patrons. Let's add the noise ordinance and not to become a nuisance on there. I didn't see signage needs to be permitted. I didn't have any additional notes of anything that we needed to put on there. Andy, was there anything else that we needed that was read?
Do you want the condition on there that she provides a copy of her state of Missouri license?
Perfect. I knew there was something and I just didn't jot it down. Thank you, Mary.
You're welcome.
There were the standard conditions that were read for a restaurant.
For a restaurant and
Yeah, there is like
also
a
for a massage therapist.
We have covered all 6 of the conditions on the massage therapy list, except the condition about getting a business license. It doesn't matter. That's a given. You have to have a business license. So it's not like if you left that off, you would be giving them permission to do something that other people are required to do.
Oh, we need that then.
You want that condition on there then?
Well, they have to have it, right, or no? What? Tell me, Mary. I'm confused.
No. Sometimes they put a condition on massage therapies that they have to have a City of St. Louis business license. My comment was, it doesn't matter if you put that on there or not. To operate a business in the city legally, you have to have a business license. So whether you put it on there or not, they still have to have a business license. So
I don't care. Yeah.
I'll modify my motion with all those aforementioned conditions. We do not need the the condition about requiring a business license.
I'll second you, Jim. It's a collective motion.
Motion made by Jim, seconded by Mona. All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Findings, Jim?
Findings will not be detrimental to the community.
As conditioned.
As conditioned.
Thank
you.
Appeal number 20636, 2001 Park Avenue.
I just want to make a comment about this building. This Mr. Holst, I have watched him diligently since 2020 build and fix this building up. He rebuilt the back of this building. He has spent a ton of money on this building before Mayo Ketchup went into this building. And I don't know how much money he's put in that building, but he has put a bunch of money in here. And I personally do not have a problem with him using the back end of that building as an office. I have seen him try to lease that entire first floor out as a restaurant, so I don't have a problem with that, and I just wanted to make a statement if anybody has questions about it.
That place has had some of the best restaurants.
It has. I agree.
I can't keep going, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody remember? Wasn't Arcelia's over there?
Yes, it was. Started on 9th Street, then went to Lafayette Square, was there for a long time until that owner of that building lost it because he wasn't making his payments. Anyway, all right, I digress. Sorry. If anybody doesn't have a problem, I'll make a motion.
Yeah, is that a motion, Mona?
Yeah, that's a motion. I'll make a motion to approve and needs a dumpster, hours per testimony, 9 to 5, and any signage would need a sign permit.
Hey, Mona, on the
Yes,
dumpster, is it okay if the condition says access to a dumpster? Because I thought testimony. Okay, great.
Access to a dumpster. Yes, I like that.
He said 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, but should we give him Saturday for the occasion?
Sure.
That,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Or even 7 days a week.
Yeah,
No, probably not
I'm
7
fine
days a
with
week.
that too. Yeah, 7 days a week works for me. 9 to 5, 7 days a week.
7 days.
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it a real estate office? Did he say it was going to be a real estate office?
Yeah, he does a lot of leasing of properties and things of that nature, and yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
he
you know us
probably-
realtors, we work 7 days a week.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't. Mona,
That's because you rich.
no, that's commercial.
I was really impressed with his knowledge of the history of the building. You know, he really seemed very serious and understood and knew what he was doing. I was impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the pictures in the file from the years from the 1800s up to current day?
Yes.
Really
Yes.
impressive.
He
Yes.
knows.
And it occurred to me that that was a pharmacy to begin
candy
with. Yeah. But then when I think about how the front of that looks, I'm like, well, yeah, I can imagine that being, yeah. So interesting.
Cool. So we have a motion made by Mona. We
Mona?
did not have a second yet.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Mona, seconded by Mel. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
Opposed? Motion carries. Findings, Mona?
Be an asset as far as I'm concerned. That's conditioned.
There's our asset. All right.
Very
Well,
cool.
he's just taking such good care of that building. How's it not an asset?
Yeah.
Right.
Very cool. So the next item I am recusing myself from.
Oh, you're putting me back in charge again. Oh,
Don't let it get to your head, Mona.
no, it never does. That least favorite thing I do is have to be in charge here. All right. So, all right. So, 4701 South Broadway, number 20601. That's the car lot place on Broadway. Do we have a motion? Oh, don't everybody talk at once. No.
Here's the thing is the neighborhood organization, and I understand the concerns of the other people, but the neighborhood organization has said that they kind of approve it. They have conditions on it. And I understand that their others lot may be congested and packed in, but they said the very reason they're looking for a bigger lot is because their business has expanded. So for it to be congested kind of lends credence to why they have to have a bigger lot. And I don't care if they bought the building, the rent the building, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't care one way or another. My concern is that they are good neighbors to the neighborhood. And if we put the nuisance ordinance on it, and I'm sure that the neighbors will be very vigilant on making sure that if they're not staying within their boundaries, they will get called on it. So
Doesn't it have a fence around it too, Mel?
Yeah, it's already got a
It's
fence
hard
around it.
to, yeah, it's gonna be hard to get outside the boundaries.
I mean, they already got a fence, a nice wrought iron fence around it. And even the gentleman that came on said they've done a great job, repairing the lot and stuff like that. So I think we should at least give them a chance to try and to work there myself.
I just got a couple of things. If you're finished, Mel, I'm just going to say a couple of things if I can.
Sure. Go ahead, Jim.
So yeah, we sort of have a tale of two cities here, folks. You've got because that neighborhood is split right down the middle by I-55. So you've got the neighborhood organization, which encompasses the entire neighborhood. But then you have Mr. Woodman and his neighbors that go down primarily. I think the ones that signed that letter or attested to that letter primarily along the riverbank going south on South Broadway. So you're right. We have support letters from the neighborhood organization, which we always seem to lean strongly on. But there is opposition from Mr. Woodman. On the other hand, we've got a gajillion conditions that we listed that we could potentially list to make sure that the dealership has plenty to be mindful of and adhere to. So that's the other side of the coin I wanted to say. Ann?
Yeah, I have a question, and I probably should already know the answer, but Mr. Whitman, could you summarize in a
No.
Can't ask him anything in deliberation.
Can't ask any more.
Pardon?
Can't ask a question anymore.
I didn't understand his concerns. I wasn't clear on what what was disturbing to him. And that's what I wanted to know, but maybe I should already know. I didn't quite get it.
So, Ms. Grice, we're in the deliberations portion of the meeting. So when we come into deliberations, we cannot no longer ask any questions or take any additional testimony. But I do think that if you have an opportunity to look at the packet that Dre sent you, it would have documents in there of different things the neighborhood people were concerned about, because this has been oh wait, this is a new one. I'm sorry. I was thinking, no, it was continued. That's right. From the 20th.
Okay.
So that. Yeah.
Okay. I understand.
I think his biggest concern was what I gathered was it didn't fit in with what they were expecting from the neighborhood. But I remember that place being, I think it used to be Leclerc Gas had it for they were Parker Spire, or somebody was parking trucks when I was riding the area. And it's always had some type of a automotive or vehicle thing going on there. I mean,
yeah. And prior to that, when Leclerc Gas moved out, they let a Denta center move in temporarily, was renting the place. They repaired dents in cars. And I think prior to that, it was a gas station.
Yeah, I mean, it was a Shell station, I believe it was. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
I
like
think you're right.
yeah, I know. I rode the hearing for a lot of years, but I mean, at least they give them a chance to do. So I'll make a motion to approve. But
Court conditions.
With what conditions, Mo?
let's see. Well, hours. Let's see. I don't have my hours in front of me.
I wrote them down, Mel, as 9 to 6 Monday through Saturday.
Okay. And then the standard conditions for car dealership. No outside storage. I don't want any outside storage. I don't want any.
No, he has outside storage of cars.
Well, I meant, I don't want tires, anything
Yeah.
like that.
So what he has applied to do, just to make sure that you can tailor your conditions around that, is he's applied for a used auto sales business with detailing and repairs and the sale of new and used tires, but no body work.
Okay.
So they're going to be selling autos, they're going to be detailing them, they're going to be repairing them, and there's going to be the sale of new and used tires.
Can we read the neighborhood conditions, Mary? Please? Or Andy?
Have those, Andy?
Yeah, I can read those.
Thank
you, Andy.
Okay. First one, signs shall have proper permits approved by the zoning administrator. No temporary signs, no signs on fences. Surrounding grounds must be kept clean, landscaped, and always maintained.
Okay.
No bars on windows or doors.
Okay.
Autos for sale will be $7,000 or more, none with less price.
I don't like to put a price on somebody. I don't like to say it has to be a certain price.
I've wondered about that also. That was a question that I had as well.
Yeah.
That's
Their
a neighborhood thing. That was
suggestions, we don't have to adhere to them, and so okay.
Oh.
So I got the keeping the grounds clean. What was the one right after that? I'm sorry.
No bars on windows.
No bars. Okay, thank you.
Okay, the next one, seal and repair asphalt on all parking surfaces and restripe.
Okay.
Paint all wrought iron and cyclone fencing around the entire perimeter.
Okay.
Install at least 2 wrought iron trash cans on sidewalks. Picking up any trash on Broadway and Itasca.
Here, go back to the trash can thing. Making wrought iron trash cans on the sidewalks.
That can be done. You get a BPS permit. Almost every neighborhood that has a SID buys trash cans and puts them out on the street. It can be done.
Okay. Leave it.
They have a SID down there?
No.
No, I was just using that as an example. Almost every neighborhood that has a SID buys trash cans and gets a BPS permit to put the trash cans out there, just like our SID does. So it can be done, is what I was letting Mel know.
Okay.
You can get a BPS permit. If you don't put it in the public right of way, you don't even have to get a BPS permit if you put it on your private property.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Immediately weed eat and maintain any lawn area, including alleyway.
Okay.
Security lighting to face business property only.
Okay.
Detailing of autos for car sales only.
Okay.
Sale of new and or used tires is okay. Old tires should not be visible on the exterior. But it should be safe from the exterior.
Okay.
Building painted to colors cohesive with the homes in the area.
I don't think we want to get in the business of
No.
dictating what color you paint your building.
Yeah, you can scratch that one. Mel?
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I mean, that's getting a little bit too intrusive.
All right. Repairs to autos inside only to auto sales.
Yes.
Is this a historic district?
No.
Okay, I wasn't asking because they would be bound by certain paint codes, so never mind.
But not every historic district dictates your paint color. For instance, Mona doesn't live in Soulard anymore, but Jim and I do, and we're one of the few historic districts that we don't dictate your paint color, which is why I have the corner church that's painted baby Jesus blue.
I didn't know that was baby Jesus blue, but okay.
That's what my neighbor called it, but I thought it was so descriptive and funny that now we all call it the baby
hysterical.
Jesus blue baby.
This is on top of the standard
Are
conditions.
there
correct?
any?
Okay, sorry, Andy.
I've got more. Is that all of them, Andy?
We've got a few
We're in
more.
the-
We got a few more in the letter.
Okay.
Repairs on autos inside only. Assuming it meant for auto sales and to public.
I think
Auto
a lot of these mirror what they've already put in, what the standard
Right.
conditions are, isn't it? Mary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our standard conditions might be worded a tad bit different, but most of these are ones that are already listed in our standard conditions. We can take a quick look and see if you haven't picked up anything.
Is there any more, Andy?
Only other one is cars waiting on repair may not be parked on street.
Again, that's part of the standard condition.
Right. And then hours of operation.
Hours of operation, we've already addressed.
Okay.
Today, on the motion right now, all I have are the conditions we've talked about. Are you wanting the standard conditions on there also, Mel?
Yes, now with standard conditions.
Okay, and then did you want, because we're covering a lot of different auto-related uses here,
Yes.
do you want the standard conditions for auto detailing, auto repair, and auto sales? And then do you want a condition that specifically says no auto body repair allowed?
I want a condition that specifically says no auto body
Okay.
repair allowed.
Or
And
painting.
I also want them to make sure that I think the standard condition says they have to dispose of all the tires and everything in a proper way. They can't store them outside. I don't want them stacked up outside, causing, mosquitoes and stuff like that.
Do they need a container for tires? Is that?
No, a lot of people get those, but if they just store them let's say they do 10 tires or 12 tires a month, they could just put those in the garage right there and have somebody come by and get them.
I got a question, Mary. Can we say they can get a container if they need it? Because if they got a container, do they need to come back because they were to put a container on the parking lot? Would that be a problem?
That'd be outside storage then.
Right. So should we make a condition that says if they decide to get a container for tires?
So generally, I thought we had a condition about the tire thing, but I'm not seeing it on any of these.
Okay.
There.
I just don't want
But
them to have to
generally-
come back.
Generally, what the tires are like, or at least what I've seen, are usually like on a rack outside. And then sometimes you've said that this storage of any new or used tires has to be done inside.
Condition number 14 has
On-
tires in it.
On which one?
Auto sales.
Thank you. I hadn't got that far yet. Oh, battery tire.
No open storage of such parts on subject premises or on public streets, alleys, sidewalks adjacent to this location.
Yeah, that's a good one. Do you want that?
Yes.
That would be in the standard conditions that we're including for auto sales.
Okay, for the auto sales. Okay. The standard conditions also has the nuisance and the no ATM machines, payphones on the exterior, no LED lighting surrounding or framing the windows.
No flags.
Yes.
So you want the standard conditions for auto detailing also, or auto repair?
Yes.
Okay. Looks like they mirror each other.
Yeah, they're so close. I mean,
Yeah. And well,
let's make them as make it as conditioned to be the best neighborhood we can possibly help the neighborhood. I mean, I live in the city. I've had businesses come in that I wasn't particularly fond of, but they ended up being good neighbors. So let's give them a chance.
right. And can we come back to the whole tire container thingy, Mel?
Sure.
In case they end up doing I guess they won't do a bunch of tire.
If they do,
We've
Mona,
already said they have to have it all inside.
Okay.
So
I'm done.
having the container is kind of a mute thing.
Okay. I'm
if
gonna
they're
let that
doing
go.
that much, if they're doing
They
that
can
much,
come
and they
back.
need a container, they can afford to come back and talk to us.
Okay. I'm gonna let that go.
That's my motion. The way it's
Wait,
conditioned.
wait. We need, okay, could we, before anybody seconds, may I add, I've been waiting to say something. I think
Yes,
Ann's been
Jim. Yes, Jim.
waiting as well. Okay, I had written down hours Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday, 9 to 4.
That's what I have.
Oh,
okay.
okay. I missed that. Yeah. Okay.
You said Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6. So I'd like to modify the hours
Yeah.
operation. What about, as I mentioned during the proceeding, making sure that they get that lot paved within a certain period of time? I don't need a 1 week, but maybe 60 days. Paved and striped per the site plan.
Well, they can't get on until it's paved and striped. They have to stripe it and they have to submit the plan to the building.
Can't get occupancy until they have it done.
Okay. And is there anything in the existing conditions that, will make sure they're adhering to the lines on the lot? Or if they,
Well, if your condition says that they have to pave and stripe the lot before their occupancy is issued, then they'll have to pave it and stripe it and prove that to us before we issue the occupancy permit.
But I don't know about if the word paving is the right word. If it's repairing the lot, I don't know what the condition is. If you're talking about paving the lot, you're going to go conditioning, that lot. There's probably $1.5 million to pave that lot if you're going to tear it all up and do it again.
That lot is paved.
Paved.
And
I mean,
partially, it's already striped partially.
okay. What I'm trying to get at, everybody, is number one, that it's striped per the site plan eventually, and that they adhere to it. And what are the repercussions if they don't adhere to parking the cars per the striping?
Okay, I can answer that question. First of all, you've already said that you want the standard conditions on there. Standard condition number 1 for auto sales is the entire parking vehicle display area on the exterior of the premises shall be paved and striped. Parking area shall be striped so as to substantially conform with the width and depth layout standards for parking spaces as provided for. And then it cites a section of the zoning code that tells you what size your parking spaces have to be, depending on if they're 90-degree or 40-degree angle. So you've already got that covered. That would be a condition. If he's in violation of it, you'll see him back here for a revocation hearing.
I think he was asking.
I think Mia understands what I'm asking.
Yeah. So this particular, they double park. So they can get more cars. Visually it may be striped and it has many parking spots, but one car per parking area
That would
is what
be
what Jim is trying to get to.
That would be caught.
Go ahead, Mary.
That would be caught in an investigation. So it'd have to be triggered by a complaint. But if we went out and did an investigation, if you're double parking a bunch of cars, we're going to cite you for that.
The conditions don't have to specifically say you can't double park or park cars over the striped lines.
No, it says
Not if you have number 1, but if it makes you feel better and you want to have an additional condition on there that says that, go for it. It's fine. You can have that condition.
I just don't see.
But we've always interpreted that first condition to mean that you're going to stripe your lot and there should be 1 car in each parking lot or parking space, and you should be able to back out of that parking space into the drive aisle to get out of the lot. There shouldn't be another car parked behind you that prevents you from doing that.
And that's what the diagram that if it was attached to it, that he had drawn up and submitted to he has to adhere to that plan. If he doesn't, then he's in violation.
Okay.
I mean,
guess-
you're gonna have to get somebody to make a complaint. I'm not gonna go around looking at it every time. Okay, Jim, that's not our job.
I never said that it was no. It's
But
not my job.
the neighborhood's gonna come out and say, hey, you've got 38 spots, you got 45 cars. That's a violation. So if he's only got 38 spots, he can only have 38 cars. If he double parks cars, he's gonna be over the limit that he's gonna be allowed to have.
I think Mark's gonna watch him.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. But that's how we get around it. If it says 38 spots, if you got 38 striped spots and you have 40 cars, you're in violation. You can't double park. You can't double over the line.
Okay,
Because
if
otherwise
everybody is, as Mary said, is comfortable that just by putting that provision as it's written is adequate to give grounds to cite somebody or for
yeah, we do it all the time.
Okay,
It's worked in the past, Jim.
okay.
That's my motion.
I'll second you, Mel. So, moved by Mel, seconded by Mona. All those in favor say
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Anthony, you're back in charge, buddy.
We need the
Not yet. We
Oh,
need
wait.
findings.
Sorry, Andy.
It will not be.
We need findings.
Oh,
not-
findings, Mel.
That's right. I'm trying. Not a detriment as conditioned.
There we go. Now, Anthony.
Okay, I'm sorry, I froze up for a second. What was the finding, Mel?
Not a detriment as conditioned.
Thank you.
Okay, appeal number 20592, amended, 3122 Arsenal Street.
I don't have a problem with this. She's been operating just fine over there. Nobody's been complaining about Miss Elizabeth.
Making a motion.
Sure.
Agreed.
Sure, I'll make a motion to approve. Let me look at it.
8 to 8, Monday through Sunday.
Yes, sir. 8 to 8, Monday through Saturday.
Actually, I believe she said,
Monday through Sunday.
But she said Monday.
I
through
have
Sunday.
written down 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
yeah.
Maybe Sundays.
Yeah, she did
there
say
was
maybe.
maybe Sunday, so that's why I was like just 7 days a week.
Can't say maybe.
You're
so
right.
Either or. So get rid of Sunday.
7 days, okay.
I mean,
with 4 counselors.
can you put that not to become a nuisance thing on it, Mona?
Yes, not to become a nuisance per the ordinance.
Does this
thingy.
already have that nuisance condition on it? Because remember, you're amending existing conditions, so the other conditions will stay there.
Yeah.
Yes, all original conditions. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Motion made by Mona.
Seconded by
Can I
Mel.
get a second?
I'll second it.
Motion made by Mona, seconded by Mel. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Findings, Mona?
Won't be a detriment as conditioned.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mona. And finally, appeal number 20119 amended, 5610 Dr. Martin Luther King.
I'm not making a motion. I just want a question. Would it be better off if we? I don't know, Mary. Don't we already have revocation hearing going on this or something?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is, oh my gosh, this is 5610 Dr. Martin Luther King.
Yes.
And you have a revocation hearing that dates back to August 27th of 25, where you continued it for 90 days. And so we waited you continued it for 90 days specifically to allow them to come back and amend their conditions, because in the original revocation hearing, they indicated that they couldn't operate their business under the conditions that they had. And so the 90 days came and passed, and we gave them a courtesy call. Hey, your 90 days is here. And it still took them a while to come in and apply. I think it took a while for them to understand you actually have to apply and go back to the Board of Adjustment, attempt to amend your conditions, and then we will put you back on an agenda for your revocation hearing to close that out. So by the time they got in, we couldn't get them scheduled until today. So here they are today. I did go back and check the appeal form, and unfortunately, they did not list that condition 6 on their appeal form. So therefore, nowhere in the advertisement or the publication did we indicate to the public that we would be entertaining an amendment to condition number 6. So my belief, and I kind of see Mia shaking her head, is that the board can't really consider amending number 6 today. I guess you could continue it and allow them to amend their amendment and come back again.
Yeah, I would just, if they're, because what's going to end up happening, we're going to do this and they're going to come back and it's going to be back and forth. I'd rather just table it for up to 9 days. Say, look, come and get this thing straight the way you want it written, and come back to us.
I think based on me asking the question to the appellant that he understood that number 6 would not be included. I think if we're going to approve all of the other changes in condition, we should do that rather than have the appellant wait another, just based on how things are going, another 90 days before he can come into compliance. I think this gives him an opportunity now to come into compliance based on the revocation hearing, and he understands that if he needs to come back, he's got to reapply to address specifically condition number 6.
Is there going to be
I'm good either way.
Mia.
Mary, so if they were to approve these amendments to the conditions, you all would then automatically go ahead and reset the revocation hearing, and then an investigation is done. And if they are violating number 6, the one that they potentially want to amend, would we allow them a continuance at that time on the revocation for them to get into compliance?
I think it could happen both ways, and it's a matter of how much longer we want to keep extending this out. I think the board could continue this amendment that we're considering and allow them to straighten out their paperwork and come back and also consider number 6, or the board could decide not to consider number 6 because it wasn't advertised or posted. They could still amend any of these that they think it's appropriate to amend, and then we would have to put the revocation hearing back on an agenda, and then the board would do another the staff would do another investigation, and they would determine on that investigation if they were in violation of their amended conditions. Boy, I hope I got that straight.
I understood it here.
Okay, good.
I've got a question. If we just grant the 4 conditions today, 5, 8, 17, and 19, is there going to be another revocation hearing scheduled in the future at this point?
It is not don't look at it as another revocation hearing. It's the existing revocation hearing. You never closed it out because during that hearing, the board heard testimony that they couldn't meet their conditions and operate their business. So that's when the board decided, okay, we're going to continue this for 90 days and give you an opportunity to amend your conditions. So that's what they're here doing today. They're trying to amend their conditions.
They did it right.
There was that revocation hearing, though, is still open because all you did was continue it. So once this amendment is resolved, then we would type up a new set of proceedings with a new set of revised conditions. And then when we put that revocation hearing back on the agenda, we would talk about under the revised conditions. Maybe we would, I don't know, but let's just say maybe we go out there and under the revised conditions, they're not in violation of anything any longer. So we'd bring that information back to the board and we would ask you to dismiss it without prejudice because now they're in compliance. Or we may come back to you and say, based on the site visit, now they're only in violation of condition number 6. And then you get to decide again, do you want to continue it again and allow them to try to amend 6? Or do you want to say, no, we agree with 6? The decision's up to you. It's just, there's a little bit of a process we have to go through.
They pay $200. So right now they just get to re-amend their application off chain. Like right now, if we give them opportunity to amend their application for amendment right now before the board decides.
Right. If the board tables it right now and allows them to amend their amendment, they don't have to pay $200 again. If the board finalizes this and then they decide, hey, we still want to revise that number 6, that's a new appeal to amend. So then they do have to pay the $200.
Well, raising that because they also mentioned money, financial reasons for like this striking. So
This body does not have the authority to waive the $200 application fee in the future.
No authority to waive any fees, and I do not want that authority.
That's the question. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. If you table it, he can still continue into business.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have to pay the extra $200 and he get it all straightened out.
If he gets to continue operating, I'm all for that approach.
He's still in business.
Yeah.
He's still in business. He just has restrictions on what he can do on certain things. And he still it saves him $200. So I'll make the motion to table for up to 90 days for him to amend his appeal to cover everything he wants to have covered.
I'll second.
Motion made by Mel, seconded by Jim. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
That was 90 days, right, Mel?
Up to 90 days.
Up to 90. Thank you.
I mean, it's going to cut. He's going to be in business. He's going to be making money. He's going to just let him save him $200. Get him everything straight.
I agree.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
I didn't see any minutes.
So meeting minutes.
I did not see any. Mary, did we have minutes?
Do we have minutes?
I didn't see any.
Dre says they were sent.
I'm sorry. What was that, Andy?
Dre said they were sent. She's double checking.
I thought I saw him too.
I sent my draft to you. Maybe that's what you saw, Mary.
Mary,
Yes.
I did not send them. I don't see them in my set box.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew there
Like,
should have
I'm
been
looking,
meeting
I'm looking.
minutes, but there are no. Okay, so
Sweet.
any new business, Mary?
I have no new business, but I think we're gonna be going into a closed session
Yes,
unless somebody else
yes.
has business. Okay.
Andy, do you have anything new?
I do not.
Okay. Board, can we get a vote to go into closed session? Jim,
Yes.
Mona,
Yes.
Ann,
Yes.
Mel.
Yes.
That's a yes from the chair. We will now go into closed session.
So let's give Andy a minute to get everyone off, and then Andy, don't forget to turn the recording off.
Right. Should I just move everyone to a waiting room or?
Yes.
Oh, I think that's fine. And
Okay.
if people want to wait until we're at a closed session, I think that's fine.
Okay, because I don't know if we'll have anything to say after or what.
Sure.
Okay, I'll start from the top. Right.
Okay.
Waiting and
Time to list refresh and see. Jack Smith. Okay, that's everybody.
And is the recording off?
And we're recording. I'll pause it and then I'll recording resumed.
Okay.
We are back in session. We are going to get a motion to continue, and my apologies because I am not sure what item this is.
Oh, this
Go ahead,
would
Mary.
be appeal number 12026 that's been scheduled for July 1st.
Thank you, Mary. Do I hear a motion for continuance?
I'll make a motion to continue it.
Second.
Motion made by Mel, seconded by Ann. All of those in favor, I will call a roll. Mel?
Aye.
Ann?
Aye.
Mona?
No.
Jim?
No.
That's unfortunate.
That's what you get when you don't make motions. Just kidding.
Ouch.
Just trying to laugh.
Hmm.
Can I make a statement?
Sure, Mo.
Because if we don't continue, then we hear it on July 1st.
Right.
That is
Okay,
correct.
just making sure I understood what we were doing. That's
And
okay. I just want to make sure I understood that. Thank you.
If we don't, then we grant them the permission to go do their research.
Right. God knows how long that'll take.
Well, they're asking for a continuance to do the research.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I understood what I was making sure I did my vote the way I wanted it to. Thank you.
Hmm.
Come on.
So where are we?
We're waiting for
Wait for
Mr.
Anthony.
Robinson to vote.
He's the deciding vote, Ann.
You and I said to continue it. Jim and Mona said to move forward with it. They said one way or another. You and I like give them the chance to do the research. They gave they did it in a timely fashion. I think they should be good, but that's my opinion.
Sorry.
Chair votes yes.
Okay. Thank you.
3-2 motion carries.
I want to say thank you to the whole
They
board
get the
for
continuance.
considering.
They get the continuance, right?
Yes.
Okay. We need to move forward now. Do you need?
Need to make sure that George is aware, Dre and Mary. I don't think he was on the email that sent out with.
We will let
NCU's
him know.
request.
Okay. Mary, do you have anything?
Anthony, I think somebody needs to move to adjourn.
Do we have anything else, Mary?
We have nothing else.
Do you need a motion to adjourn? I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made by
Okay,
Mel,
Mel?
seconded by Mona. You okay, Mel?
Yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom.
I don't think Mel is feeling well.
All right, let's get him out of here.
All right. Motion made by Mel, seconded by Mona. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
See you
We
guys.
stand
Bye.
adjourned. See ya.
Thanks, everybody.